And so it's just about done. So we're going to mask the windows off with some visqueen, 1 mil, half a mil visqueen, staple it up, mask anything else we need to do, like that window over there. And of course, if you have a remodel situation, you might run into something like this, where you have a bedroom back there. You do not want to get any kind of mess in there. And I just make a plastic tent. That way I have room to work and I can sand and do whatever and not harm the existing residents there. That's pretty important too. Another thing is when you're doing the bottoms down here, if you have any mud down there collected, clean it up, because that way when they put the trim on, the base molding, they're not fighting what you've left there. Or if you're doing it yourself, you've already cleaned it off. Another thing is this kind of thing. Those always fill with mud, those boxes. Make sure you clean those out. I just take a broad knife, clean that out, or else you're gonna really piss the electrician off if you don't. That's just part of what the drywallers do. And if you're the electrician, then you won't piss yourself off, right? Okay then, we are ready for primer. And got the windows mask off and that stuff. So we're gonna be using a latex drywall primer. And I pour it through a mesh, mix it up. Now what the primer does, it makes this absorb the same as this. In other words, it takes out the absorption differential. Obviously the mud's gonna absorb the texture differently than the drywall paper. So with the primer, that makes the whole job even, so it absorbs the same and doesn't get any kind of funky stuff going on. So I'm gonna use this little handy dandy sprayer. Just enough to spray the primer on. It goes really fast. Here we are in the finished product. I did this about 8 years ago. And you can see that's a nice looking texture. I really like that style. It's kind of that old world look. There's orange peel. I spray on first and then do a skip trowel. It goes really good with the fireplace and the juniper and the decoration they have going on. So that's what we're gonna do. That's what it's gonna look like when it's all done. We're at the orange peel stage, which serves as the background for the skip trowel texture. Went ahead and already got it sprayed on this wall. And this is the orange peel texture. And now I'll show you how to do it. It's really simple. First, we're going to need some mud. This is spray texture, which you can buy in a box. It's pre-mixed, but you still have to have water to it. And thin it down, show you how thin it needs to be to get a good orange peel. Also, we're going to need a hopper like this one. This is a wallboard style. And we're going to use a smaller tip. There's different size tips. This is actually a medium tip. The next size tip will spray knockdown and or acoustic texture, the popcorn stuff on the ceiling. Of course, you're going to need an air hose, and I'm just using my small compressor here to provide the air to spray that on. So let's go ahead and mix some mud up, and I'll show you how that's going to work. Okay, take a look down here. We'll show you how thin that's got to be. That's pretty thin. You can see it's like cream, almost a heavy, buttery cream. If it's too thick, it's going to have trouble spraying out of that hopper. So basically what I do, I'll mix that mud up and I'll pour it through a strainer. That gets all the lumps out. Because if you don't, sometimes you'll spray and then you'll have lumps on the wall and you'll have to wait till it dries and knock those off. This way you don't have to worry about it. It's lump free. So now we've got an additional room on this remodel that we're going to spray out with the hopper. And I'll show you how that's done for the orange peel texture. Okay, you want to dress appropriately because that stuff will get all over the place. And also wear a breather, air filter. Stuff gets all. So you pour that up. Now a hopper full is going to probably spray about this whole room with a decent amount of orange peel. And that's probably about That's probably about 400 square feet, so it depends upon the thickness of the mud and all that. So let's crank this up and we'll start spraying this wall. Okay, so you're going to stand back about 3 feet or so. And what I do, I'll go in this direction, horizontal, and then I'll do a cross hatch pattern, and then go up, and that'll fill it all in really well. And then you can see you got a nice orange peel pattern there. That's as easy as it is. And then we're going to let this set and dry, and then we'll be ready to come back with the skip trap. Then we'll show you that step. Okay, we've got our orange peel background. That's going to make a nice base texture for our hand texture, which we're going to put on. Basically, we're going to use some all-purpose joint compound and straight out of the box, no water, and that way it's fairly stiff. When you apply it, it won't fall off. Then with a hawk and a trowel, this is a pool trowel, has rounded edges. You can use a square trowel, squared edge trowel as well. Just going to take some mud and just put it on your knife, just kind of skip it around, and then just simply start putting it on. You're going to put that on and kind of smooth it out. You can see it kind of, trowel kind of skips around off of it. And you're going to have a nice custom hand texture. So we do the whole place like that, ceiling and walls. It'll look kind of old school. It'll be a really nice texture once it's painted. And like in the finished product we showed in the parts of the house, it looks really nice and three-dimensional. And kind of reflects light differently too, so you get a really nice ambiance in the texture. It really accents wood and whatever you have for decoration. So okay, on the bull nose, you can go ahead and put a little mud on a knife, and that's going to finish your stuff out, because that's going to be blank otherwise, because you're doing the flat parts. So then you're just going to wrap your knife around, and then it looks like all one continuous move, and that's going to finish that off nicely. It's kind of good to go in circular motions too, and get a nice flow there. And then once you get that mud on, you can come back a few minutes later and just kind of smooth it out. I'll take all the wrinkles out and stuff. The thing about this texture is it's heavy. So if you miss some stuff on your taping process, your sand and touch up, you found a little place, it's like, oh shoot, just put a little mud on it. It's that simple. That's going to fix it, and it's going to be good. And then it's going to be Buff Dude approved. All right, this job is done. And there it is. Ceiling's done. I had some leftover topping and still drying a little bit, but you can kind of see what it looks like. It's funny because it's wet still, but it's going to be nice. After I get all done, I go back through and just check stuff to make sure there's no lumps and stuff. That gives you the look there. And I hope I don't have to do a drywall job again for a while. That's hard work. DIY Duke. Until next time, stay buff.